and we have our special guest who are also joining us this evening. Chaitanya Nanda, who is a former Indian cricketer, is with us, and also with us is Ms. Tara Karta, former director, NSCS. Now, Chaitanya, I'd first begin with you. There's a very interesting tweet that has been put out by the former Pakistani cricketer Shahid Afridi, when he goes on to say, and I'm quoting from that tweet of his, "I've always believed cricket can open doors when politics closes them. Regrettably, Pakistan won't play India at the T20 World Cup, but I stand behind my government's decision." What do you make of this tweet?
It shows that, this tweet shows that he wants to say that they should continue playing against India, but because he is from Pakistan, he stays in Pakistan, and he has the pressure of the government also. So he's the tweet where he says he want to just give a message where he want to tell the government that they should continue this match, they should play the match, because ICC, when they give a place to any country, they have different agreement signed with them, and everything is signed with them, where they say that you have to play like this. And I think this will harm a lot to Pakistan cricket, because the penalties they're gonna have, the penalties what ICC gonna put on them, it will be very, very gonna dent them very badly, because I think even the board can go into bankruptcy, because if you see, they get around this cycle of cricket, they will get around $34.5 million from ICC. And if they don't play this match, which is a World Cup match, India versus Pakistan, it's going to be huge problem for them. And I think I think Pakistan government thinking like when they're gonna play against India, they're gonna get thrashed badly, and it will not give them any edge by playing against India. So by putting this, they are not playing against India. They are just trying to create something for them, which is not. There's nothing left for them in Pakistan for this government. So I think they are just trying to create market where they can say, see, we have not played against India, we have taken a stance, we are against India and everything. So they are just trying to make this story up. So I think
this is the same Afridi who put out a rather insinuating post when Operation Sindoor happened, and now he's suggesting that while we would want to go ahead and keep the gentleman's game alive, even play India, it's the government that doesn't really want us to do that, and I stand with the government. So it is again a duplicity that is coming out in this particular post as well. Tara, how do you see the stance and this sort of a posturing by Pakistan administration? What are they trying to achieve with this? Essentially, are they ready for that punitive action that is impending, that might just come from the ICC if it does go ahead and read the right act against Pakistan, against PCB? Are they ready to, in fact, do away with that amount that one is looking at? And we're talking about not 1 or 2 crores. We're talking about to the tune of 200 crore rupees that it might end up losing.
Oh, that's a large amount for Pakistan officially. Unofficially, of course, it's got plenty of money. But I think, this whole this indecision and then trying to sort of decide at the last minute, I think there is probably a divide within the country as to what should be done. Because obviously Pakistanis are as, enthusiastic cricket players like the rest of us. And they would, as individuals, would like this to go ahead. On the other hand, Mohsin Naqvi yesterday was on TV blaming us for Balochistan. He was, all that stuff was going on. He said this is obviously India's. I mean, come on, for years you've had a Baloch problem on your hands, and they immediately turned around and blame us. I think that could also be a factor in this whole internal decision making which is going on. Plus, as I said earlier, also they are determined this time to go ahead in Bangladesh, to give Bangladesh every kind of support that it possibly can after a gap of more than 15, 20 years. They finally got their foot in at the door. One interesting thing I noticed about Mohsin Naqvi is he was a CNN anchor himself, that, and he also has about 6 TV channels of his own now. So he's a very rich man. He suddenly got rich.
Brother-in-law of Asim Munir. That is also a point that we must mention.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's how I suppose he got rich. Post 2009, this man has become a billionaire. So I'm just wondering, I mean, if you've got TV channels of your own and he's got newspapers of his own, I would assume that he would want all the advertising revenue which comes in. But there is, like I said, it seems to me there is a division within their thing as to exactly how to do this. The Masi Munir faction clearly wants Bangladesh first.
Hmm.
This is for them a huge opportunity, and they're using it to the hilt.
Because Tara, this is the repeat offence that's coming in from Pakistan. First, it happened during the Asia Cup. The trophy still remains elusive. It has not come into the rightful owners, that is India, because there is one man's ego that came in the way of himself handing over to the trophy to the Indian players, which the Indian players refused. They had won the match, and yet the trophy is not yet come. Do you think the ICC is going to be looking at all of those past instances as well, about how it is Pakistan who is trying to hold an entire game, a gentleman's game, and also in turn the ICC to ransom? A charge which rather laughably their defense minister is leveling against India.
Oh, he's very used to leveling allegations of all kinds. I mean, their defense minister is quite a he's quite a well known in international circles for the things he says. But yes, I would assume the ICCC would certainly look into this as well, because I mean, how pathetic is that? I mean, someone wins a game. I mean, what are you doing? So the threat of this sanctions on them in terms of the money they lose, this, like you said very correctly, this is a lot for the Pakistan Cricket Board to absorb. So
Right,
it
absolutely.
that I'm again saying it seems like there's some confusion there within the so-called decision-making circles. I mean, it's I'm assuming it's not just Asim Munir's reading the riot act. It's what he wants in Bangladesh and what the cricket board wants to play. That's it's as simple as that.
Right, absolutely. So, Tara and also Chaitanya, do stay on with us. Let's in fact talk about the monetary losses that possibly is coming Pakistan's way. What is the price of this no play if Pakistan so chooses to stand by the statement that it has, or this declaration that it has made so far? Whether or not that official letter will be signed and sent out to the ICC is again the bigger question. But let's take out the money that is in fact involved. $500 million here are at stake, and we're talking about the total valuation of the match, which includes broadcast, ads, and the entire ecosystem. So this is the amount that is in fact at stake here, and also estimating the loss if India versus Pakistan is eventually cancelled. If we take a look at just that estimated advertising revenue that will be instantly lost if that game is not played, it is going up to the tune of 300 crores. So that 300 crores gets absolutely wiped out, and that is only the advertising revenue that one is talking about here. There is also this direct loss that is projected for the broadcaster alone, and that goes up to the tune of 200 plus crore rupees, and that will be a hit that will be taken by the broadcaster alone if that 15th February match between India and Pakistan is not played. Because remember, it's a marquee event as far as the T20 World Cup is concerned. Ad rates crash also is something that one must look at, is because the premium slots, the spots in fact, are at 40 lakh rupees per 10 seconds. You can see the money that's involved here, and that goes ahead and it becomes worthless inventory. So that is something that Pakistan will also have to weigh in on, and that is what the ICC also might be looking at, the kind of losses that they alone would not want to bear the brunt of, and they would want to in fact arm twist Pakistan on looking at these very punitive actions, and in fact asking Pakistan whether or not they are ready to pay that fine if at all eventually they do decide to dig their heel in the ground and say that they are not playing any matches with India. So I would want to understand this from you, in fact, Chaitanya, the fact that Pakistan has not yet officially put out that written confirmation, where do you think it's going with this entire argument? And we also have to in fact speak in the backdrop of the under-19, where Pakistan got this thrashing from India. That game was played. So why this selective outrage?
I think they were pinching the Bangladesh to take that bite that they don't want to, they should not play World Cup and everything. And as you know, I am a cricketer. I should not be talking about politics a lot, but what I see right now, this government has not left a lot of footing in the Pakistan right now. So just to create something new where they can say that we have taken a bold step, that we are not playing, we are not worrying about the money, we are just showing that we will not play against Pakistan, we are standing as a nation against something. So I think this what they are trying as a government to try to save themselves for the upcoming time. But as well, if you see as the amount you were saying, the losses which are going to be, which are going to be borne by ICC, but also this is not only ICC, this is not only India. Every country will bear this losses because all this revenue goes to different boards in a different percentages. So I think Pakistan is only not doing this with India, it is also harming themselves with other nations as well. It will harm their cricket not only with India, it will harm them with every board which is playing cricket right now. I think they should think about, because what a government is saying to board to follow, if board follows that, he will be in trouble, because in upcoming bilateral series, other series, they will see this affect a lot. There will be a lot of ripples coming to it after this World Cup.
Right. And Tara, do you think this entire reason that's been cited by Pakistan of the boycott of Bangladesh, or Bangladesh not eventually playing the T20 World Cup, even though matches could have been shifted out, that really is not the real reason? It is just a smoke screen? Or do you think it is Pakistan eventually standing in solidarity with Bangladesh? What do you think is happening here?
I think it is Pakistan standing in solidarity. I mean, they are prioritizing Bangladesh at a time when, their own internal security is in chaos, is in complete chaos, and there is a tendency, as like I said, of always blaming India. The huge rise in Pakistan Bangladesh ties. I think we have not taken adequate note of that. I mean, I'm sure the government has, but I'm saying in general discussions, the change is massive. You haven't seen this kind of Pakistan ships are going there all the time. Their entry, passport free entry, visa. I mean, sorry, not passport, visa free entry. Where earlier they had such tight restrictions on Pakistanis coming into the country, then they could never go there unless they'd been cleared. So this is a massive change, and for them, you remember Asim Munir saying repeatedly, "We will attack you from the east." He said that a couple of times. Don't underestimate what this guy says. What he says, he generally does. And he's on the back foot. Now more and more evidence is coming out saying that India won totally in Sindoor. He can no longer deny that fact that we got what our objectives. So he needs a little bit of, he's trying to pull up his own image in the country to say that we will not play India. But let's see how that pans out. You never know. I mean, the Pakistan public may not actually like this position at all. Let's see.
So, in fact, that big question still remains. Tara and Chaitanya, thank you so much for joining us. And this is what we are also asking, that is cricket really becoming a casualty, particularly the Pakistani cricket, over Pakistan's geopolitical interests vis-a-vis Bangladesh against India? And we'll continue to ask that and the other big questions associated with this decision of Pakistan.